All right, this one obviously caught my eye. Intern pool renamed Depender to anal subject. Not really sure what to do with this one. This is essentially just a rename. I also changed the representation of anal subject to use a packed struct rather than a non-exhaustive enum. But that change is relatively trivial. I can't tell if this is a joke or not, because this is a legitimate commit to Zig. All nature is but art. Unknown to thee, all chance direction which thou canst not see. All discord harmony not understood, all partial evil universal good. And spite of pride in erring reason's spite, one truth is clear, whatever is right. Life's irony is just so funny. I don't get it. I don't know what an anal subject is, and I don't know why it has to be a packed struct, but here we are. These are one of those things that I'm sure there's a really great reason for. And I'm sure there's a well thought through and everything is good and we all understand it if we had the secret knowledge in which none of us have. But for whatever reason, as an outsider who is mildly childish, I have a hard time seeing anything other but hilariousness right here. Just given what I understand of the Zig and their crew, this is not intentional. I think this is just legitimately anal. I'm honestly too childish to look at this. Show the comments. There were no comments. This is just a commit. There's no comments on commits. Well, I mean, I guess you could technically leave a comment on a commit, which is kind of always surprising. Hey, by the way, please don't leave comments on the commit, okay? Don't be a dummy. We're not, it's merged. Yeah, this is a commit. Here's its parents and everything. This is in Zig. Wait till you read anal emitter. I'm too childish for this. Oh, man. I am too childish. I am literally too childish for this. All right. Is this the pull request? This is going to be a bigger branch, but I accidentally regressed stacked traces in my previous PR. Sorry, folks. And this fixes it. Should be a pretty simple merge. The second commit here is a no-op. I just a rename I had already done. All right. Would you be able to confirm this branch fixes a complicated revo? Yep, the changes. There you go. See? Anal subject, not a good name. Do you have a better name? Analysis subject. Now that, on the other hand, see, like someone like me can't make a joke, right? Like, and if I make a joke, you guys are like, you're stretching a little bit, okay? You're stretching a little bit there, buddy. Too wordy. I actually meant to call this anal unit. This can't be real. This life is irony. I'll rename it again in a future commit. There's nothing wrong with having a name that, yes, could be considered a funny meaning. It wasn't named for that. It's just a good name. I just want to let just inquire. Do we got some anal state ready? Because I got some anal. I got a little bit of probing to do. Again, I think this is probably why, generally speaking, you just even if it's too wordy, due to people like me specifically, you just have to give in and call it analysis, and that's it. Or else you got me being like, Daddy, you're embarrassing me, dude. I'm trying not to. I'm genuinely trying to do it. And he makes a good point, which is we already have we literally have anal state probing. Okay. A difference of 4 characters makes it too wordy. With all due respect, I'm not particularly interested in the opinions of general Zig users in the naming of internal compiler. Ooh. I feel like maybe, you can always say, hey, I hear what you're saying. It's just we already, like, let me rephrase this in a way that doesn't sound bad. We already use this term for plenty of other pieces, and so it makes more sense to continue with the naming, and perhaps a full naming overhaul could be warranted. But right now, I'd rather keep with convention that's used everywhere else than to change it for this one spot. For me, that's like a very easy way to communicate without sounding bad, right? Without sounding smug. Just as a FYI, careful. Always be a little bit careful about these things. You don't want to do that. With all due respect, your defense of elsewhere holds no water unless you actually show where. Well, he did. He had the anal probing one, and then then this thing is just breaking down. From what I remember, the abbreviation has been joked about between compiler developers when discussing plan changes on the Discord channel. Compiler D level. So I believe it's all core members were at least aware of it. I personally think ANA subject or final ANA state probing can be pronounced like Anna and is just as understandable with one letter shorter. Yes, and not misreadable as something else. Okay, poor Anna getting probed. Can we pour one out for Anna? It's better unless your name is Anna. Yeah. But in the end, who cares? I personally don't care, and I just want everybody to understand that, like, to me, the only thing that should be highlighted is this. This is likely just a cultural bound. I don't know where M. Lug's from, right? This is likely just a cultural bounds where more direct, like, the idiom is lost here, right? And it's not meant to take it how we take it, but we're taking it like, that it just sounds ruder than you realize, right? I don't want to dunk on the guy. I'm not out here trying to dunk on this guy. The reality, I don't care. I just find it funny, right? I think this is hilarious to me. And I don't really care that people joke around about this. And I think the world of hypersensitivity where nobody can make a stupid joke for no reason ever in any project is just, it's just gotten so far and it's so annoying. And the only problem with it is that you just get inverse pendulum swing reactions where people just go to town and just make entire projects filled with stuff because they're just trying to, like, fight against the cultural wave. And let's see, just to simply be regular and be okay and just be like, whatever, it's a stupid joke. And yeah, it means analysis, but, like, it is convenient to write anal as opposed to analysis. So just deal with it. We got anal state probing. It's funny. Whatever. Ain't nobody actually cares, right? To be honest, I'm in Mug's corner here. Let's see. We already have anal state probing, and he's not the only one they should be complaining regarding the anal angle. I mean, fair. Completely fair. Again, it just comes down to just, like, communication. This is just a good remembering. This is always just a good remembering that when you say something, you always have to remember that the perception of what you say will be equally as important as what you say. Which is stupid, by the way. I'm on team that's kind of dumb, and I think people should try to read these things charitably. But at the exact same time, that doesn't happen. And good communication skills are always, like, a really good thing to just remember and try to have. You know what I mean? It's C-style. Super short names, in my opinion, is ridiculous in the age of autocomplete. I don't think it's ridiculous in the age of autocomplete. I actually prefer shorter because I also say things in my head, right? I also say them in my head. I also have to read them. The longer the names, the more likelihood that I end up accidentally misreading, the more likelihood that, like, me with my crappy dyslexia, I end up goofing things up, right? Like, I'm just being real here. Nice, short, concise names are easier for me personally. Stir and copy, dude, I miss it constantly. Real talk. It's just an oopsie poopsie. He puts anal probing state, and he's convincing me he doesn't understand that people could see this as a joke. No, he does say that people see this as a joke. Me personally, I honestly couldn't care less about the outcome. I just think it's funny. I'm gonna laugh at it because I'm just like, oh, that's so stupid. Oh, look at that, it's anal state probing. We got the. I mean, meanwhile, we actually have React butt plug. Okay, to be completely fair, you can control your butt plug via React. So when people complain about these things, you could also do that. And if that doesn't feel safe enough for you, of course, there's also the cargo version of the exact same thing. In case you would like, got some new ports and a collar on the table with multiple keyboards. Let's go. But yeah, there you go. Play the video. Not gonna happen. Motherfucking Newports. I know. Don't play the video. I'm not playing the video. Don't worry. I understand. When people get all up in arms about this, it's just like, yeah, but, like, legitimately, there's also that. Do we really care? Do we really care about that? Is that the hill we wish to die on? Dying on this hill and becoming deeply offended by this is like the same thing as being. I mean, there's plenty of other reasons to be offended by stuff, and this isn't worth your time. It's not worth your time.